In this video, we'll look at the different types of angles in maths. So let's go to our first angle. We have an acute angle. So in an acute angle, this is what we call an acute angle. So it's less than 90. So A is less than 90, but it's greater than 0. So it's greater than 0. So this is what we call an acute angle. So now let's move on to our next type of angle, which is the right angle. So a right angle is very simple. If you see, we mark this with a square bracket. So this is to symbolize that it's a right angle. And here, let's take this as R. Then R is equal to 90 degrees. So a right angle is always equal to 90 degrees. And it's always half of a straight line. So let me just mark a straight line. So let's imagine that as a straight line, and a right angle is always half of a straight line because a straight line always has 180 degrees to it. So let's move on to our next angle now. Now we have an obtuse angle. So an obtuse angle, O, is greater than 90 degrees, but it's less than 180 degrees, which is a straight line. So about in middle of a right angle and a straight line. So that's an obtuse angle. Now let's go on to our next type of angle. Now we have a reflex angle. So in a reflex angle, R, if we take the reflex angle as R is greater than 180 degrees, so it's more than a straight line, but it's less than 360 degrees. So it's less than a full complete circle. Okay, now let's go on to a few questions. So here we have to identify the type of angle based on the angle. So we have 36. So what would that be? 36 is less than 90. So if you look at this, anything below 90 but greater than 0 is an acute angle. So 36 in this case is an acute angle. So let's just write acute. Then we have 90. So over here, when something equals 90, it's a right angle. So 90 would be a right angle. I'll just write right. Then we have 236. So if you see here, anything greater than 180 but less than 360 is a reflex angle. So 236 matches that criteria, so it will be a reflex angle. Okay, then we have 181. So again, we have a reflex angle which is between 180 and 360. So this 181 is greater than 180, so it's also a reflex angle. Then we have 94. Okay, so 94 is greater than a right angle. So if you imagine this as a right angle, it's greater than a right angle because it's more than 90, but it's less than 180. So we call that an obtuse angle. So if we just go here, this would be an obtuse angle. Finally, we have 359. This is very close to a complete circle, which is 360, but it's actually less than 360. So it's a reflex angle because it's greater than 180 but less than 360. So I'll just write reflex. Okay, so now let's move on to our next exercise, which is also our final exercise. So now we just have to identify the angles. Easy. So first of all, we can identify that these are right angles because they're perpendicular to each other, and so the angle would be 90 degrees. Here, this is not quite a right angle. If it was like this, then it's a right angle. So if it's less than a right angle, less than 90 degrees, but greater than 0, it will be an acute angle. So I'll just write A for that, and I'll just write R for these. Then we have this. I'm just looking at the interior angles for now. So here, I'll just put the A here. So what would this be? It's greater than 180, this would be 180. So it's greater than 180, but it's less than a complete circle. So it would be a reflex angle. A reflex angle, I'll mark it with a capital R. And this would also be a reflex angle because it's greater than 180 but less than 360. So capital R. Here, this would be an acute angle, just like that, because it's less than a right angle, less than 90 degrees, but it's greater than 0. So I'll mark that as A. Okay, so let's just quickly review all the types of angles. So we have acute angle, less than 90 degrees but greater than 0. Then we have right angle, which is equal to 90 degrees. Then we have obtuse angle, which is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. We have reflex angle, which is greater than 180 degrees but less than 360 degrees. Okay guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this quick video about types of angles, then please make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications bell to always get notified whenever I upload another video. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.